Welcome everybody. This is your boy LV Creed here, along with Sinister Stama on with me for the randomizer race that we're about to see between Zneip and Swift. Round 2 action for this 2024 tournament. Sinister, how you doing this fine day?
We're about to get something really nice. Zneip, a little bit of a dark horse here versus Swift. Swift's first tournament. So definitely a little bit of new gamer action going on here.
Yeah, we're gonna see where this goes. Swift getting the first taste of randomizer race action in the first round up against Chrissy, who wound up getting in at the very last moment and wound up doing some pretty good work, getting around the 35-36 range. But Zneip has. We saw him last year, and Zneip was a top 4 finisher, so Swift is gonna need some work in order to get going. And right now, both our runners are indeed off.
And right now we got a flash on. Ooh, Zneip's gonna have to. Zneip got whammied, and gonna have to settle for air. Ooh, this is gonna be 15 seconds. Swift actually has to play with.
Yeah, we're gonna see how air is gonna be for Zneip, because air is one of those stages that can be very scary depending on how the randomizer treats his enemies. And right now we do have our dollar store Metroids, which they'll look less like Metroids and more like floating abominations. I don't know what to call them, but they're one shot. So this ain't too bad a setup right now.
Ain't too bad, and the Batantons we can easily just bypass. Ooh, Swift going in the opposite direction. This is gonna be a lot of time. That's gonna be a couple seconds lost here.
Well, Flash is still not too bad of a stage, regardless of which direction they're going. So as long as they're just able to keep up the pace. Ooh, Fanfi unfortunately wound up getting Swift knocked down, so he won't be able to get the E-Tank, which is one of the reasons why we always kind of hope to see something like a Flash first along the way. But yeah, no E-Tank. I think Swift might have checked Buster walls. Well, the walls for Buster, and I think it was a no-go. But regardless, we're about to see Swift take out our first Robot Master, and it's gonna be a Pikachu-looking Heat Man.
And this is not. This is a little bit curious here. Oh, Swift's in trouble. Swift needs to get away.
Swift should be fine right about here. There we go.
Yeah, it's the spot.
It just was fortunate that he was one of the heats that were started weak to the Buster, so it didn't take too long. If it dragged out a little bit more, then we probably would have had a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Swift getting very lucky with the Robot Master choices, going with Quick, finding Quick, but Zneip getting equally as lucky, finding Quick at the same time.
Yeah, and remember, right now, Swift is currently, we have 2 seconds on Swift. So Swift is currently 2 seconds ahead of 2 seconds 2 seconds ahead of what we have here. So we gotta wait for a sync, but this is
Swift getting caught by the lightning lore clouds and just couldn't damage boost through the force beam in time. Wound up taking a little bit of a snafu there. This is why we like to jump to the other side, so we have less of a chance of an enemy like that getting in our way. Swift wants to wisen up and doing exactly that.
Yeah, but that also cedes the lead to Zneip, and Zneip also has a harder level down. So that being the case here, Swift is down currently.
So we're not going to be expecting too much issue with the force beams. Our runners pretty much adapt to the situations of the Quick Man stage. So unless something just kind of goes wrong with movement, we should see our runners navigate our force beam sections pretty easily and should be heading towards the Quick Man boss room in relative short order.
Yeah. And Blocky is now an E-Tank. So just to let you guys know right now, we're currently running the Design A, so there will be randomized stuff and games to be had. So, in the Quick Man doors, Unimetal.
Metal being a fast thrower, kind of a little bit of a spammy boy, trying to use the crash bombs as a deterrent, but not doing all that well.
That ain't it. That ain't it. Luckily, though, Zneip cleans that up a little bit. Now Swift's turn. Oh, Swift getting the bad news. Oh! And that ain't it. Item 1, by the way.
Yep, so both our runners, assuming Swift managed to get out of the metal fight as quickly as possible, will get item 1 as Zneip has done. But yeah, Zneip, we find out that item 1 is not one of the best in the world. Absolutely stationary. So zipping in the normal sense will mostly be out of the table.
Wait a minute. Zneip is gonna go for the Buster only attempt here. This is not bad.
Going for the slower version with the pause buffers, but it looks like, did he get it?
Is he
We're not sure. No, it was
No.
a failed attempt, so a little bit of time waste trying, because I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna go for it again.
Yeah, you're gonna try again. And right now, we have Swift dealing with wood being infested with moles, amphibians, and fire.
Yeah, not the best of starting enemies. Oh, Swift trying to use vanilla strats, but we got randomizer shenanigans going on. Time Stopper can just work and stop on a dime at any given moment, especially since it's not a consistent energy drainer. That's one of the randomized elements that we have for the Time Stopper. You can either have it like a vanilla energy drain, in which the rate of speed of the drain is randomized, or you can have kind of like what I would call it a flash stopper mode, where you get a time stop for a short period of time, and once it's done, you get a random amount of energy drain for it.
That is true. And right now, Zneip is cleaning up a little bit of this crash climb, so no elevators thanks to that item 1. But Swift's at the treehouse. Uh-oh. Ooh, we look, and birds.
Well, compared to what could be at the top of the treehouse, this isn't all that bad. Just some tanky enemies along the way, but this is definitely one of your more tamer treehouses.
Definitely a tame treehouse, although Blocky says no, we don't care for your treehouse shenanigans.
Meanwhile, Zneip is going for the crash climb. He gonna take the left side. It's gonna be a bit of a lengthier climb because he's taking that side, especially without an item 3. If he adds some item 1s, he probably could try for the left side and do the climb that way. But since he wasted quite a bit of item 1 for the elevator sections, we're probably assuming that we probably would not have been a wise idea to risk it.
And this is even randomized. A Donkey Kong in wood. Oh, and he's an Unga Bunga. Oh, he gets it just in the nick of time.
That's the one man side down for Swift. We do not have any items to speak of. Meanwhile, Zneip is about to go to the Crash Man boss room. Hopefully it'll be a very simplistic boss. And Quick Man is found. I would say that is pretty decent enough, but we gotta see if our weapons will allow this to be, well, no, it looks like it's gonna be a bit of a long haul, but Quick Man is usually a very simple fight, especially in very even floor rooms like this. And Zneip does indeed go through the damage race, gets out, and do we have an item?
Whammy! Item 3! Oh, this is gonna get good. And a flash.
So we're not gonna have too much of notice on Flash since we've seen our Swift in, but we are gonna focus a little bit on said Swift, trying to do this Buster only bubbles there, trying to get these pauses in order, and looks like he's wedged in good. Making sure he holds left to make sure that he's properly in, and we got ourselves a very executed bubble zip, giving Swift some time.
Yeah, but remember, Swift still has 3 of the 3 whammy levels to deal with, while Zneip has only the 1. And Zneip also has item 3, so he's gonna be substantially quickened. Also, Bloody Tears.
Swift going to the Bubble Man corridor, about to see who's gonna be in said room.
In the bubble corridor, we have.
We got a vanilla bubble. Oh, but we got a Huggles though.
We have a hugger. This is dangerous. As a person, as a runner myself, Creed, you're a runner too. You do not want to get a hug.
It's definitely one of the lesser options you don't want to see from Bubble, but it looks like fortunately he was a very high jumper and he was able to get away and able to do the damage as he fit. But thanks to his troubles, he does get item 2. So we got 2 of our 3, well, we got all of our items accounted for. And
Yep.
Swift, thanks to having item 2 and 3 in tow, Heatman probably going to be a little bit of a piece of cake, but we'll see how Swift executes that stage before we make that claim.
Yeah. Right now, Zneip is having to struggle against his Pikachu as well. And right now, ooh, Swift having to take an E-Tank. And also the metal. So right now, Zneip is going to have a bit of an advantage here. He's still got easier levels to deal with. Meanwhile, Swift still got whammies to deal with.
Well, a little bit of note about these Chanky Makers. A lot of the things that Mega Man in this randomizer are, of course, randomized. However, one of the few ones that aren't technically randomized, surprisingly enough, are these Chanky Makers. The Chanky Makers still have their vanilla amount of health and vanilla amount of weaknesses. So if you have like an air shooter in your arsenal, you can actually one-shot these things still because that's their natural weakness. But since we're not worried about that, because both our runners just kind of just went head forward into it, they just pretty much taking the damage as is. Meanwhile, Swift trying to get that item 2 fly, wound up getting a flying monkey to the face for his trouble.
Monkey come from the top rope.
Swift trying it again, ain't gonna work.
Oh, monkey hits him, monkey hits him, monkey hits him, monkey hits him.
Those was some very executed jumps on Swift then, for trying to make sure that very few monkeys will wind up stopping him from the air.
He got one near the end, and that's a flash. That is a rather slow frag. Ooh, it's not enough. Wood ain't it.
Wood is doing some. Yeah, it's doing some weakness damage, but will Zneip find something similar?
Zneip finds Crash.
I don't think Crash was the deal, but he's gonna stick with Bubble just to reduce continuing to use the menu to go back to Buster. So with just a little bit of time lost for the weapon dig, but yeah, flashes down, metal is done. Meanwhile, Swift is taking on the air, dealing with these. God, I need to ask where Charlie Boy found those M544 sprites. Those are frightening.
That is scary, I am not gonna lie. Ugh. As a person who is okay with the absurd, that's a bit too absurd.
But regardless, we got both our runners pretty much treading recognizable ground. Snape's gonna hopefully try to get this bubble zip. Yep, there go the pauses. Meanwhile, Swift is gonna attempt this item 2 fly. You're gonna need to place it in a pretty high spot. So I don't think that's high enough.
No, not high enough at all. And right now, Zneip is looking pretty good in the bubble, and Rift get hit by right near you.
Yeah, that's gonna put Swift quite a bit back. But meanwhile, Snape's about to go to our bubble room, where dang. My memory failing me. I already forgot the robot master here.
We have a hugger.
Oh yeah, it was a vanilla hugger.
We have a hugger.
Alright, so we're gonna... He can only take one more hit.
Nah.
There we go. wisely using the E-Tank.
And sees that a soft weakness is possible in metal, and that's all three. He's ready for He's ready for heat. So honestly, this is gonna be interesting.
Well, first things first, we're gonna see Woodman on the side. He does have item 3, so good wood is in play. We're gonna see if Snape's able to execute and hit good wood. Meanwhile, Swift is about to take on the Vanilla Airman. Try to get it out there as quickly as possible.
He'll get his item one. He'll get his item. No, crashes. No, that's not it. My bad. Item 3 is stuck at crash. So right now he's getting ready to start his whammy levels, and he's gonna go to heat. Nope, he's going to crash. Okay, so this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be awkward.
Well, he does have the. With proper execution, he still does have the means to make this stage as fast as possible. But we gotta have to see how Swift manages try to do this crash climb, and they're already kind of getting a little bit of time on Zneip here because he just not going for the zip at all. It's just gonna go straight on into the moving platform sections.
Zneip's gonna check upstairs real quick. Alright, good. He checks upstairs, there's nothing going on there. And he's in. Alright, down he goes. And here's the good wood.
Yep, for the process of good wood, you need to memorize the layout of part of Woodman stage because you will be going through this area blind. So proper recognition of where everything is for Woodman's room for Woodman stage is pretty much key. And he had to do the Buster variant because he didn't have quick boomerangs to make it to get wedged to the ceiling easier. And it can be pretty complicated because you need to do it within about a frame's time so you can actually be able to get up there. Oh, there we go.
Oh, quick work. And Zneip is gonna make up a lot of time here.
You do indeed have a vanilla wood siding, and that's a little. Yeah, that was a crash soft weakness, and it has good explosive duration. Our Donkey Kong was melted.
Donkey Kong.
Huge play from Zneip there.
Indeed, and that's Air Species right there coming in from our tracker. And so right now we're gonna have some heat here, and it looks like we got Fireman redesigning Heat's things.
Meanwhile, Swift taking the left side using the items in order to make the left side climb a little bit faster than Zneip did, just going vanilla with the right side. So once again, it's those little bit of time savings that Swift definitely needs in order to keep up with Zneip. As Zneip, as we see our runners begin to converge, still has a little bit of an advantage.
Zneip right now is looking like looks like a 10, actually no, more like a 20-second lead right now. Actually, I take that back, it's only more like a 30-second lead.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a lengthy one because we still gotta even get the item display on Swift screen, so that will take a little bit of time. So at this point, about half a stage length between Zneip and Swift as Swift begins Heatman proper.
Yeah, and Zneip is in, and there he goes. So let's see if Swift knows how to do the heat zip. If he does, he'll not lose a whole lot of time. If he doesn't, oh boy.
Yeah, when a race deck is still technically as close as it is, and with Zips being available for this tournament set, you're gonna need all the advantages as possible to try to either keep pace or extend your lead. As Zneip does go to our final boss, our final robot master.
That'll be a crash, I believe.
Yep, indeed it's Crash. Looking for our weapon dig. It's definitely not Buster.
Is it Vanilla Air Shooter?
Air is a soft weakness. We take those.
We eat those. And right there.
And that is a robot.
Oh no! Swift doesn't know the zip!
So yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a time loss as we get Dr. Obobo on the field, on the scene. It's that time again. So ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, it's time for one of our favorite things and our favorite traditions. We got ourselves a Mecha Dragon that needs to be guessed. So, for those that aren't familiar, we like to guess the color, the weakness, and even our design of the Mecha Dragon, because the Mecha Dragon does have a randomized sprite, which is like that of Unicorn Horn, that we call our Dragon Corn. We got two pair of shades, one kind of like Kumo D 80 style shades, and one that looks like Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
With anime shades. we also got our Oats Dragon, our 100% Swag Dragon, and if you feeling basic, we do have our Vanilla Dragon in tow. So let's get you started with our guessing. What do you think, Sinister? What we got?
We got a monochrome anime dragon. That is gonna be weak to the bubble lead. I'm gonna embrace Frico in this one.
All right. I'm gonna go with a little bit of a royal purple. We're gonna have ourselves an Oats Dragon, and I think it's gonna be weak to Crash.
Okay, I respect the call out. And right now though, Zneip's gonna have a lot of Ooh.
Nah, Snipe should be fine. We got a dumb Crash. He not aggressive at all.
I'm talking about Zneip, not Swift. Zneip had to deal with frogs, and now Swift is going with Dr. Obobo. So, right now, Swift is about a minute and a half behind because of that, by not taking the zip.
Yeah, I'll also call Vanilla Georgia Peach Air Shooter. No.
Oh, green with the Randy Savage glasses. Oh yeah!
Dragon trying to be cream of the crop. But that is the metal weakness. So if you guess any of those answers, congratulations, you're a genius. But there is still at least one or potentially two more weaknesses depending on the seed. So if they stick to page one, who knows? You might still get another win. But I'm pretty sure they might still find metal first.
So right now, Swift is gonna work on the climb. Meanwhile, Zneip is in Violet 2, and because we're in Tournament A aesthetics, we have different types of Picos. We have the regular Pico, Blob Pico, Twitch Pico, and the notorious Inviso Pico.
And you do not want to have Inviso Pico, especially if you're not used to fighting an enemy completely blind. So yeah, we're gonna see how Pico acts amongst our runners in a moment. Meanwhile, Crash is not doing the explosive tango that you would think it would do on impact. Blocky getting a little bit of a love tap in consequence.
Indeed. Metal Blades is gonna be enough to put down the block, the E block. E block. And right now, here we go.
Swift about to take on the dragon. Meanwhile, Zneip is about to take on whatever Pico we're about to see in a few seconds.
Indeed, the Macho Man, Macho Dragon, Randy Savage. Oh, we got a regular Pico.
Not weak to the Buster. It looked like it was weak to air, but didn't commit to it. But we ain't gonna have a Lazy Leaf.
No Lazy Leaf. Quick Boomerang's gonna do the job.
Yeah, the ammo consumption of the Quick Boomerang makes it pretty good for a boss like this. So if you get Quick Boomerang, if you don't have a one-hitter quitter weapon, this is definitely a way to go if the weakness is available. But there we go. Snape, wising up, being aware of his health situation, wisely decides to take the juice can.
Yeah, Pico is one of the more dangerous bosses in the game because collision damage from Pico is about 8 units of health. You can only get knocked around 4 times total.
Snape doing the exit out of Wally 2, start up at Wally 3, Swift about halfway done with Wally 2 in a moment. But right now, I think this is your department. You're the plumber of our group. Do you think Wally cleaned the pipes?
Did Wiley clean his pipes? No.
Looks like
That looks like Pepto.
I was thinking watermelon juice, but it still ain't clean.
How dare you? How dare you disrespect watermelon like that?
Hey, this is Wally we're talking about here. Who knows what's going on with his head?
And last night, the same kind of water came through, and somebody said cranberry juice. How dare you?
Well, regardless of what may be in this Black Deceptive tank, we're about to have our Wally tank sighting. We're gonna see if Snape's able to take care of this obstacle as fast as possible here. Always checking the Buster, and indeed we do have a Buster Week boss. Every Wally boss having a chance to be weak to the Buster. It's lucky just happened to be the case for the Gus tank.
Indeed, the dose. Ooh, finding Crash. But a 1-for-1. That's not something you want to do. So
I'm starting off with Wally 4. Definitely a little shade of purple, so we do get ourselves a little bit of purple hair with a little bit of gray backgrounds, but you know, regardless of the matter, it's our great equalizer. We're gonna see if Snape's able to handle what this stage throws at it, because as we see time before, this stage can be very nasty if the sea wants to be mean enough.
Yeah, and Zneip is gonna get the zip. Good stuff. Now, I don't know about me, but I believe that zip is, what, easier? It's pretty free for the most part?
If you know how to do vertical wrapping and vertical zips, I'd say is relatively a simple one to do. But you still need to make sure that you're timed in such a way that you're actually able to wrap around and still grab the ladder, so you can actually do wrap around and get over the spikes.
Indeed, and right now anxiety rooms are empty. It looks like nobody's home.
Not completely.
Oh, that's a cannon.
But just waiting for the cannon to shoot up, and it's still pretty easy. Still more of a rush home than the anxiety room. So Snape's able to go through the rest of the stage. Should be a relatively quick jaunt to the boo beam rooms, where I don't think we still haven't found our wall weakness yet. At the very least.
Yeah, we don't have a wall weakness yet, and surprisingly enough, we got Monkey.
Oh, this is very wise on Snape's end. It's gonna auto fire, and and just like that, we know that he is not a weakness for the walls, and we actually know that wood is not a weakness to the boo beams either. The leaf shield having a little bit of a wraparound quality, and it hits the opposite side. So if it tinks on that side, then yeah, it's not a weakness.
Now the question is, what is this wall's problem? It is. Is it really the Buster, or is it Quick Boomerang?
It shouldn't be Bubble, because it's tinking straight up. There we go.
Ah, it is Leaf.
He probably got a little bit frazzled because the leaf tinked off the boo beam on the opposite side.
That ain't it. It ain't it.
Swift getting caught by the fake floor.
That's time coming back to Zneip. Zneip finds the Quick Boomerang, and down goes another one for Swift. Swift got his work cut out for him, because right now, Zneip is about to hit rematches.
Yeah, right now it's a situation where Snape definitely, this is a race for him definitely to win if he's able to just keep up his current pace.
as long as Zneip keeps going the way he's going right now, and remember, another thing about the randomizer that was added back in about 2-3 years ago, every time you beat a boss in the rematch stages, you will get weapon energy back.
So knowing how to manage your ammo and actually reduce the times that you go out of your way to get those weapon ups can mean winning or losing depending on how close the race is. But fortunately, Zneip is at a very comfortable lead, while Swift still got to go through one more room. Hopefully not getting sniped. Yeah, the shotman fortunately took a little bit longer before he gets to the next aim, so Swift should be safely through these rooms and back to face boobies in a little bit.
Oh, Zneip loses the crash, but
Also-
has. Good.
Can we talk about how rude it is to have a black background on Metal Man and his blades are black too?
Yeah, the color randomization can be a cruel one depending on how things go between our robot masters and the background. It's worse when you get a pure black background for your health, where you never know how much health is left for your robot master.
That's horrible. Right now, Zneip is done with 5. And, ooh, it looks like Swift did not find the wall weakness. We know it is indeed the shield. And Flash was not worth it. So 6 down. And we got a Sonic.
Swift trying to do the weapon dig. Need to find that quick boomerang as quickly as possible. But look like he's gonna go down the line, so it's probably gonna take some time before Swift's able to find that quick boomerang weakness.
Last thing you wanna find is not having that. Ooh, atomic fire charge. That'll take down a Pikachu. All right, so the machine on Zneip. Zneip's at the machine. Here we go. Now we
No buster weakness. We're doing the weapons dive.
Leaf.
Now that's Bubble.
That's Bubble. Ooh, and it's a mega weakness. Oh ho!
Yep, there's all.
What?
Go on ahead.
Dr. Bubble did not want to proof his machine.
Yep, there's always one weapon for the water machine. As long as it's not Buster, that is weak to both forms. Bubble wound up washing away the machine, and Zneip is on his way down Victory Road, pretty much having the win all but locked up. All there is just one final boss away from absolute victory for race 1.
Dr. Bobo, what's in the alien? And here we go.
We're about to have ourselves an alien sighting. Is it even going to be an alien?
Fish! And with Ninja Gaiden, how fitting!
Oh, that is oh yeah, that's metal. We're done here.
We're done. Let's wrap this one up. Put your dollar bills and GGs in chat.
Yep, that is a GG's for Zneip with official race time.gg time of 32 minutes and 37 seconds. Very solid work.
Very good opening.
We're going to see if Swift decides to continue. He's not too far away, but if he does decide to continue, we got to give all our power to Swift to continue on and hopefully finish this seed.
Indeed.
So we got 2 more robot matches down for Swift. Look like it's going to be a quick and a heat left before we go to a machine where Bubble is the recommended course of action, but there are other weapons that can be used. We're just going to have to see if Swift's able to just find the weakness as quickly and get out of Wally 5.
The rematches.
Indeed, I'll use the Buster since we already got the notion that Heat is South Buster Week. One more shot and did not get the health, but yeah, he has at least one E-Tank to his name, so hopefully Switch is able to wisely just find the weapon as quickly as possible and wait. Well, let's see what happens.
It ain't a Buster.
He wisely decides to go on the opposite side, go for the mashable weapons, finds Bubbles, and he's going to be very happy to find out that Bubble is weak for both phases.
Indeed. My God. and he will get it. He's only in metal. Oh, go ahead.
I would say down goes the Bobo. Swift is one more stage away from finishing the run with a pretty respectable time. Just got all you gotta do is just finish the job.
Indeed. But it does come to show though that not being able to catch a couple of these zips is gonna separate runners who are good against the elite bunch. Here you go, Swift going in.
As he comes into the Wily fight here, I would point out, like, even sub 40 on these randomizers is a heck of a respectable time.
Very much so. I will not deny sub 40 is really good. But when you're looking at it from like championship levels, you gotta be closing in closer to the 32 mark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that one. Honestly,
well, regardless of the matter, we still have a proper finish from Swift, finishing with a race.gg time of 35 minutes and 46 seconds. GG's to both our runners, but game 1 is in the books, and Zneip does have a win under his belt. We're gonna go ahead and get set up for race 2. We will all be back in a moment.
Indeed.
And we are back. This is your boy LV Creed here, bringing to you another Mega Man 2 Randomizer tournament match between Zneip and Swift. Round 1 was in the books, and Zneip was able to pretty handily overtake Swift, who didn't do too bad of a job, but just lagging behind Zneip in order to put him in the position where they're at right now. Joining me on the booth right now is Sinister Sama. How you doing?
Then they see ourselves for round 2. Swift's gonna have to come up something big and crazy and have to make some gambles here. The Zneip with a very solid 32 means that Swift's gonna have to make some gambles and is gonna have to clean up some of them deaths. So it's not impossible for Swift, but it's gonna be an upward battle because Zneip's trying to make it a short night.
Yep, and both our runners still be running Tournament A because everyone here just seems to like our visuals. So once again, our runners are going to be working with that, and we are indeed off.
And
Swift?
Ooh, I don't know about that, Swift. Swift is going to make the climb early.
It's something I definitely respect. Sometimes you may have to take those risks. After all, these are hidden stages, so we have no idea which Robot Master is going to be where, and because of that, there are certain situations where these kinds of risks may be necessary, especially if there's an item to boot in these areas. We saw last time item 3 was locked in here, so there could be a chance something similar can be on Swift's side. Unfortunately, kind of missing the boat on that particular platform right there.
Yeah, right now, we got 8 Robot Masters and we have 3 items. So right now, as a 12 point, each Robot Master has a each item has a 12.5% chance. So for Crashman, it's a 37.5% chance that an item can be here. So it's not bad, but it's not optimal.
Speaking of optimals, they doing the bubble zip in a very optimal fashion. Once again, doing those pod buffers to get the right amount of distance to as they wedge into the ceiling, and Wanda turning left and getting the zip proper, and should be heading towards the Bubble Man boss room. Not in just a few seconds.
Yeah, it's about right. The thing that Snipe's gonna have to, the thing that Swift's gonna have to think in the back of his mind is, if this is not an item, this might be a death sentence already.
Well, Snape's already committing a death sentence on one man. It's very soft buster, very soft weak to the buster, very quick fight, taking out him and the stage, but no item in the process, but a little bit of a itchy trigger finger going to the password screen. So that's about a good handful of seconds lost on accident.
That's about 6 seconds on accident. Trust me, I can understand. I've done that a few times myself on tournament. So Airman's up now for Zneip. So Zneip is gonna get a little bit of some fun here. And right now the enemy set for Zneip is this looks pretty favorable, all points considering.
Yeah, it's generally kind. The only real issue of the birds that could be and we usually see the crushers along the way. Yes, they widely pausing to make sure that was in a good position so he doesn't fall. Meanwhile, a little bit of a climb later, we find a Quick Man in Crashman's room. Not soft buster weed, but once again, this is usually a pretty favorable damage race. So Swift should be taking out Quick Man. Oh wait! Oh, I was about to say he got wedged into the hitbox. I thought the iron frames weren't gonna last any longer.
Swift benefits and item 1 found. Right now, all intents and purposes, item 1 is in the hands of Swift.
Both our runners pretty much following on each other's footsteps as Swift does follow suit and finds air. Should be a relatively easy stage. Not too many horrible enemies along the way. Zneip already taking care of the second half of the stage. About to find out who's in Airman's boss room. And we got a repeat Pika.
Pika Pika. Pika Pika. Oh, and we to the bubble.
Vanilla weakness. You don't care if it's shuffled that way and it does the damage, you take it.
You take a Pika. You take care of Pika. And, ooh, no item on that one. So Zneip is 0 for 2, and he's gonna go into Crash. Interesting. So, if you've already 2 in, you're committed to Crash. But, unlike Swift, Zneip knows how to do this Buster only, the Buster only strat for this.
As long as he gets set up, these bats aren't gonna make it easy. But he's gonna go. He's in position, doing the pauses. All he needs to do is just wedge it to the wall, do a proper B trigger. No, proper A trigger. H jump. But yeah, proper A trigger. Is he in?
Is he in?
No, it fails.
Bad A trigger. That'll be a couple. Okay.
Oh, he tried to do it raw, trying to do it as fast as possible. Just could not wedge himself in. And he's not. He's not in position. It's definitely a specific spot on the ladder to try to do it from the ladder spot in comparison to actually doing it via pause strats. And unfortunately, Zneip was unable to do that variation of step, and it's gonna have to do pretty much the exact same climb as Swift did.
Yeah, but the difference is Swift would. Okay, so the difference is Swift had to do it. Did it raw. Zneip has it on 3rd, so he does have time. So it's gonna be put the pot by the time we're done here.
Well, you do got to consider that without any items, there isn't really any kind of time gain for Zneip to take advantage of, since he.
If anything, he took a time loss on two failed attempts.
Mm-hmm.
So Zneip may be behind the 8 ball, but we'll see come good wood.
Speaking of wood, Swift getting the quick boomerangs out, taking care of our friendly hot dogs, taking them out in short order, as he's gonna start probably going to the treehouse. And
and that would have been like, ugh. That is not an item one I want to see. That is an item one that says, stay.
Yeah, item 1 zips are pretty much gonna be out of the question for the most part, but we still got a lot of run to go. We still look forward to render of our items to make some of our other stages a little bit more tolerable and favorable, but we still gotta find them. We know that item 1 is here in Crash. Item 2 and 3 still unaccounted for. One of them can be here in Wood.
Yeah, and for every item missing, it opens up the door for other options here. Because it is very possible that we can have both our whammy levels with items this time around.
Yep, one of the more frightening possibilities is having item 2 locked in Heatman stage, which means forced Yokus. But we hang on to that point yet? What point we're at now is Smith about to fight our Robot Master in Woodman's room, which is our Crash.
And he is happy to be jumping. Jump around, jump up and up and get down.
Jump. Everybody jump. Okay.
Showing our ages here.
Please don't
and item 2 found. That'll make Heat a little bit more doable.
Indeed.
And that's quick.
Stay getting the item 1 out of Crash. Finds Heat a little bit too early. Gonna have to. Well, no item 3 and no item 2, and we know that item 1 is stationary. We're gonna have ourselves a pretty raw oven that it's gonna have to fight through.
And he is not happy. Zneip is not happy. This opens the door for Swift now. Swift does have a way in.
Yes, he does. And right now, ooh, Phantom Hitbox is kind of dealing some damage on Swift from the blockies, but once I'm getting a health drop, a couple of health drops, so pretty much right as range just about immediately as it goes to the force beam drop.
Ooh, if I had item 3 right now, this would be a lovely area for an item 3. All we have is shellfish. But I do like Zneip's improv using the item 1 to bypass this. So not as fast as zipping, but still relatively fast.
Yeah, having item 1 for a stage that would normally have item 1 blocked in vanilla is definitely a boon, regardless if it's zipping capable one or not, because you can still attempt to ignore all the enemies and all the other Yoku puzzles to try to navigate this stage under normal circumstances.
Ooh, Zneip actually gets the lucky pickup. We got a bubble. Ooh,
I think that's another hugger.
That ain't no. Oh wow!
Leaf shield with leaf shield with a soft damage weakness, doing the job very easy, especially for enemy that can only attack when you're horizontally aligned with them. So bubble was very easy pickings. Meanwhile, we got a quick acting flash on Snape's side on the Heatman room.
Ooh. Finish him off. There you go. Alright, so
Snape
right now,
Snape had a hit to spare, so it wouldn't been too bad. But item 3 locked in heat.
A whammy level has item 3. This actually that opens the door for Zneip and Goodwood.
Yeah, but it looks like you kind of had to do a little bit of a trade-off, because once again, we got to remember that Woodman had item 2, so one way or another, you are gonna have to do a stage without an optimal item for a stage.
Definitely would have rather the item 2, but Goodwood in this case here might be a faster option here.
Swiftly go for the item 2 fly in metal. Looks like the enemies are much more favorable compared to the last seed, especially with the flying monkeys. Jump over oh, he did not jump into the blocky. He wound up taking the blocky to the face, but opts to just use whatever's left and just continue on moving.
Indeed. So Swift is going to do a thing. He's gonna check out real quick. He's gonna see Shrimp. Now he knows that Shrimp is available. Up. Screw that up.
Should be in good position.
He's safe in. Oh, gets knocked on his face. And make sure he gets the zip going. Alright, he's in. And we have an air.
As Snape completes Goodwood, one of the things that's interesting about Airman in the conveyor rooms for that boss fight is that the conveyors take priority over the air blowing you. So if you stay grounded, not only you have easy pickings with the Airman while grounded, the air shooters move insanely slow, so you can hit in more shots while the tornadoes disappear, because Airman never attacks unless all tornadoes are already off screen, and you saw Swift do that properly.
Yeah, right now Zneip get a quick one on that crash. So right now he will get his item 2. And with that, we're back to pot. And finally we get our first look at Flash.
Not to ignore Snape's Goodwood attempt, which was successful to get to that point, but you know, we gotta cover every single basis, because this randomizer does some pretty gnarly things with interactions with Robot Masters.
Indeed. And right now, it's not implicative right now, but Zneip and Swift are done with 5 Robot Masters as of right now.
Both our runners finding out that Buster is not wall weakness, but we did find a means to destroy the walls. Did quite catch it on Oh, it's charged heat. It is supercharged.
Oh, it's fired up. So Swift getting the better end of that deal.
Yep, always get information beforehand, especially before taking on Boom Beam, so you don't have to do you don't have to overdick the fight. That kind of information can save time for leaps and bounds.
Oh, Zneip's not gonna check the walls. If he does have a heat, he could have saved himself another 5 seconds right there. Here we go.
Swift on. Well, we're gonna have 2 Robot Master sightings. We get a Metal. Metal's a new one on our side. A little bit of a spammy boy. Look like he's probably gonna check for weakness. Are we gonna have Metal on Metal violence? Nope,
No.
not this time.
And Flash ain't it either. You shield is though.
Yeah, that's definitely the pure weakness for Metal for on Snape's end. Swift gets item 3 from being Heatman stage. Snipes about to go for Metal.
And
Swift going to bubble?
Bubble. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm about to say like, uh-oh, we got some problems here. So right now, 2 very easy levels incoming, so we won't know who's in the lead until after the 8 are done.
Well, working that item to probably to one of its better benefits, using it for the first set of screens. Fortunately, the enemy placement was favorable that he was able to complete the fly and not get knocked off. So once again, those small little time savings proven beneficial.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to. Ooh, he's still gonna have to do a lot of work though.
It's in position for the bubble zip.
He looks like he's in the right. He's in the right way, and gets it. Meanwhile, Zneip already taken to the skies. It gets over. Oh, how cheeky! So
Yes, Zneip is on his way to a boss room and should be able to fight a very easy airman thanks to the interaction with the conveyors. Meanwhile, Swift is about to go to the Bumbleman boss room and fight the Robot Master within there.
Indeed.
Oh, what is this? Our flash weakness.
Oh my god! That is nuts! That is crazy!
Who would have seen that coming?
For those that aren't familiar with the randomizer weakness chain, Time Stopper is weak to 1 boss and 1 boss only. They wound up finding that, and that information can be beneficial for boss rushes.
Oh, that's gonna be crucial, and that's for one of the more pessimistic bosses. For that to be for air, you can't get any better than that.
It was also super effective.
Oh, it's super effective. While you're doing that real quick, I am going to make me a drink, because I was sitting over here doing some setup.
As Sinister Summer's taking care of business here, we got Swift and Snape pretty much ending where we normally would begin if we have our boss stages actually visible. So our runners going through our relatively easier stages last. So right now is this execution to see who's able to get out of their respective stages first. But regardless of the matter, this is going to be insanely close between our runners, as both our runners should be approaching Wally's castle just about the same time. Snape used the item 2 to fly over the Stopper Joe, getting a little bit of extra speed compared to walking. So we're about to have ourselves a Bubble Man sighting in quick. Well, we're gonna have a Metal in Flash. As you're trying to see, look like he was not the way for. Oh, Snape does find that least shield, does the job. Once again, Bubble Man only being active when you're horizontally aligned. wind up making easy work of Bubble. Swift not too far behind, taking care of Metal, and oh, looks like we got a different rogue doctor going to Wally's Fortress. We got a Dr. Mario sighting, and once again, it's that time. It's that time. It's that time. It is the time. We got a dragon. We got colors. We got weaknesses. We got designs. Ari, I know you've been popping in and out of the other tracker's booth. I know you wanted hand in do some guesses. So, what do you think the dragon's going to be this time?
We're going with Barney colors. I'm gonna go swag, Barney, and ear shooter.
Once again, shout outs to Ari who's doing the tracking for us today. One of the most unsung jobs within these kinds of tournament races. So appreciate Ari for stepping in and making some of our jobs a little bit easier. Meanwhile, as always, I gotta do it at least once. We're gonna have ourselves a true blue seed. We're gonna have a blue dragon. A blue dragoncorn. Get that unicorn horn scene here. Buster weakness. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I want me a sunset dragon. I want reds. I want oranges with some purple. I want that bubble lead life. And it better be anime swag. I want Gurren Lagann. So,
regardless of the matter, this is still insanely close. Just a little less of a half stage separates our runners. So any kind of mistake could be crucial on either side of the board.
2 screens is what we're looking at here. Oh, Swift's gonna have to wait on that one out. Uh-oh, Swift makes it. Okay, cool. So, here we go. The Zneip's going in. It's time for the dragon. And the dragon today. There's my... Okay. I got my Gurren Lagann glasses. We're good. And it is... I don't know. Aqua dragon, maybe?
Only see green, but that is a Crash Week. That's a Crash Week dragon, but the explosion duration is extremely short, so it wasn't able to take advantage of what could have been a very quick kill. But that's what the randomizer gives you.
Double dragon time! So
Swift also finds Crash Bomber. Doesn't opt to even go to check on explosion duration. It didn't matter since we know that it's insanely short. So yeah, Swift just catching up a little bit of time, not checking those finer details.
Good. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, it's literally Goodwood that's keeping Zneip in this lead right now. Because right now, Swift would be in the lead if it wasn't for Goodwood.
So for right now, we got ourselves just a few corridors. We got some crabs in the way, but the crabs are one shot to the Buster, thankfully. Got some lag fairies, but the lag fairies really doesn't amount too much usually. So we should be in relative straight away to see what's going to be our Pico units for this seed.
Indeed, we got... Welcome to France! We got crabs and frogs!
They was trying for a suicide drop. You can kind of sense it.
No good there. Twitch chat! Hi! Not a leaf at all. Not air at all. Ooh! Not quick boomerang! Oh, we're going second page!
I would have been checking that heat. That heat is supercharged. If the ammo consumption is good enough, that would have been a pretty beneficial weakness. But he does. Now he decides to go to heat.
Oh,
that's 1-to-1.
That's a 1-to-1.
So I think there would have been something better than heat, but he's sticking with it right now.
You're gonna go to Metal Blades, I think. Yeah, Metal Blades gonna be a little bit more cost efficient.
I'm probably gonna. Oh wait,
Ooh,
there we go. Get your ET.
Tank.
End up being an equalizer. Oh my god! Let's freaking go!
Yeah, but here's the problem. Swift's out of heat.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a trade-off. You definitely will have a faster fight compared to spamming your Metal Blades, but you're also gonna have to take some time to fill up that heat just in. Oh, Snape getting on heat, and I'm confident he had not checked walls until just now. Now he has the information for the walls, and yeah, I hear it in your voice. We definitely not clean pipes.
Ugh! Wily! More water in your diet, please. Ugh. Ugh.
But yeah, both our runners are pretty much running stride for stride here. Pretty much the screen separates both our runners literally, as both our runners about to go to the guts tank. Right now, the story of the moment is Swift did opt not to fill up on that heat. If heat winds up being a very notable weakness in the future, this could be some. There we go. Taking the time to fill up that heat along the way.
Remember, the wall weakness is heat. The wall weakness is heat.
Indeed.
So that right there also means that. What the bubble? All right, we in for it. Right now, ooh, Swift finds Leaf Shield, but taking a much longer fight.
Yeah, was that? Yeah, he found the Leaf Shield as opposed to using Bubble, which is a little bit more efficient. So Snape winds up having the faster guts fight. Swift still able to get out of Wily 3, but a little worse for wear thanks to using the Leaf Shield as opposed to finding another potential weakness.
Yeah, and Zneip's gonna go and use that vertical zip, and he is in. So
Yeah,
right now, good.
I was gonna say right now, I think this is the experience with the randomizer between Zneip and Swift. Just the little differences, picking up those extra energy pickups and everything like that is gonna maybe be the deciding factor in this one.
Our species does mark up a good point. Snape, even though he'd only been in one tournament, does still have the experience and the knowledge under his belt. Meanwhile, Swift, while definitely familiar with Mega Man 2, this is still his first tournament race, still getting used to the nuances of some of the randomizer stuff that is in here. And Snape able to survive a item 2 fly with a very clustered anxiety rooms filled with rabbits.
This is gonna be, and this is now Swift's turn to see if he can navigate through this very nasty set of anxiety rooms. Because right now the first one's usually free. It's that third room is what makes it really, really nasty. And right now, go check page 2 to see if the boo beams are weak to the blades. Ooh, no good on the blades. No good on Leaf.
Well, they could go ahead and just destroy the walls and just make sure that this attack of the boobies is as seamless as possible. And we got a bunch to weak boobies.
Oh, why are you weak to windows? So, for those who don't know, there's an inside joke back in seasons 1 and 2. Wily either was on Windows or on Linux. Today, the boo beam's on Windows. Oh, Zneip's in trouble. Zneip makes it out, but wow, that's ugly.
Swift was able to survive what could have been a nasty situation with items getting sniped out of the item 2, able to use the iframes and the new pause buffering ability to safely navigate the rest of that third moving platform room, and now it's gonna be on his way to Boobies himself.
But here's the thing though, that carriage is about to become a pumpkin. It's it.
Yes, Swift is definitely running low on time. So we need to find out that Buster is the weakness for the boobies and get going, which he does.
But he's still gotta break at least 2 walls. 2 down. Flash again. Right now, a little bit of manipulation from Zneip, manipulating this flash fight. Not bad. And he's gonna get blasted again, but that's alright. 3 down. So right now, Zneip is going on number 4. Swift's gonna be starting on his first. So we're looking at 3.5, maybe even 4 starting before Zneip gets started. 4 down before Zneip even gets started. He's halfway down. Uh-oh. That's a Pika.
And yeah, now that there are no broken platforms, we now officially know, as I correctly assumed, Bubble Man was a hugger, but Licia was still way too strong for Bubble, and still sticks with the Lee Shield because Metal was immediately after.
Oh, that heat was absolutely destroying. 6 down. And right now, it looks like he found the... Okay, Wood's gonna be absolutely destroyed. Oh, look at the weakness chain here. Finds it that maybe the Buster's a little better for wear. And now that Flash is in trouble.
Swift isn't too far behind. He's probably about 2 robot masters behind, taking care of business rather quickly, not stalling too much for finding weaknesses, and just keeping on going. Zneip finding, using the knowledge that Time Stopper is the weakness, but is it faster than using Buster though? That's the question.
No good on that. No good on air. No good on bubble. Quick. It ain't the blade. It ain't the boomerang. Is it heat? No, it's not heat. Into the blades. Blades are definitely the answer.
This is for phase 1. Is it the all true? Oh, yep.
It's
the answer.
Weakness. It's the answer. The God weakness. So Dr. Mario's about to be giving out his last prescription. Here we go. And Swift does get some time back. Oh, he gets some time back, but the clock is ticking.
Yes, Swift is still on the first page. Not gambling for the second page, but it's hard to imagine trying to go for those kinds of weaknesses. Actually, no. Most of the time, you would go for the spammiest weakness first, the weapon that is easily spammable. So there could have been a chance that Swift probably could have found Metal Blades as soon as possible. It just wasn't the case this time, as Zneip just got one more obstacle before the dot done comes in.
And that is Wily. Dr. Mario is the alien Wilo. Ooh, wait. That is indeed the blades. He finds it, and that's gonna be a GG. Wait a minute. I take that back. Never mind. There we go.
I say we were getting frightened for a little bit, but it's confirmed. Zneip wins this match 2-0 against Swift, finishing with an official dot done time of 32 minutes and 20 seconds.
Swift making doing a much better time here. Still doing pretty good, but nuances, and a little bit more experience on the randomizer puts Swift behind the 8 ball.
But not to count Swift down. Swift did a marvelous job keeping up with Zneip, but it was probably around Wily 3 trying to find a weakness for the Guts tank, and then just kind of trying to scramble a little bit on Wily 4 that just put him further and further behind until Zneip was just in a range where it was just uncatchable.
The thing about that was Wily, that bubble, that leaf was a fake. And we got an official time of 33:27 for Swift. Let's see if we can get our runners here for an interview. Hopefully.
Yeah, but that
For
was
that-
well raced for our competitors. But as we mentioned, Snipe's able to move on, and that was a round 2 race. So Snape will be moving on to round 3, while Swift is going to be waiting a little bit just for a little bit, as he's sent down to the bottom bracket.
Yeah, he'll be taking on the winner of Air Species and Chungus. Meanwhile, Zneip's gonna be waiting for the winner of Satoko and then the winner of me and Gaming Wild Dad. So Zneip's gonna have some practice time on his hands here.
Absolutely, and like the thing about it is with Swift's play here, like it was pretty solid. It was pretty consistent, and like any given day, he could definitely get some wins over the heavy hitters in this tournament. I really liked how he played, like watching it all from the.
I will say this. Swift did show. Ooh, we got a person in here. It is indeed Swift. Hey, Swift, how you holding?
I'm good. Well, dang. I knew he was a veteran, but wow.
Let's say this. This is Zneip's second tournament, by the way.
Wait.
So
that's
not too much of a veteran, but still just enough to get that experience, though.
Yeah. This is
That last
Zneip's.
run,
Oh, bud.
that last run was actually the fastest I've got, and he still beat it.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Yeah, we're pretty much running stride for stride by Wally 3. It was just kind of just some slip ups around trying to find the weakness for the Wally taking some Wally 4 shenanigans that kind of put you just far enough behind to just put yourself a little bit out of range. But otherwise, you've done fantastic. Actually for both seeds.
Yeah, for both seeds, you did pretty well. You did get pretty banged up though on seed 1, but on seed 2, you did fairly well up until the dozer, and it was literally a weakness opinionated here. So Zneip went in and found Bubblehead to be faster than the Leaf Shield,
Hey!
and then after that, a cleaner anxiety 3 room, and him finding out that he found out heat while falling in Wiley and going into the septic tank. So he found out heat was the wall weakness, and after figuring out that our 2 god weaknesses for Boobeam wasn't the case, he immediately broke the walls and then found Buster to be the answer and never looked back. So it's just a couple of things about the randomizer that you got that most people, even when I started out, that's a thing that you gotta watch out for. Like, experienced runners will be able to zip and be able to route out. You had an excellent route though, so we're not gonna discount that. Your routing was immaculate this seed.
Yeah, no shame in how you played today. Like, honestly, I even said a little bit ago, like, even having a sub 40 on a randomizer run is good. And the fact of the matter is, like, you put together some really good time and played very, very well.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of which, sorry to cut you off there, Swift, but we do have Snape in our winner of the race. Just first and foremost, congratulations, and how things are going. Well, assuming we can get some audio without stuff in the background.
Yeah. That's a little distracting, but it's okay. As long as we can hear you, I mean, I'll take it.
I don't think we can hear him. I think we can just hear the music.
Pretty jamming. I'm jamming out to it.
It is what it is.
Well, once
Well,
Snape gets his well,
Can you hear me now?
there we go.
Yes, we can.
So anyway, like I said, first off, congratulations for your victory, Snape. Just run us through it.
Yeah, first one was pretty tough. Some mistakes. Second one started badly, but ended pretty okay.
Usually is the case. Zneip, you've already punched in your tickets to the winners semis right now. So you are gonna be actually on a waiting period. You gotta wait between mine and Gaming Wild Dad's match, and then our match winner and then you gotta wait for the Satoko and our winners match. So you're gonna have a little bit of time to knock some of them webs off while waiting. So that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I'd have to put in some practice, I think.
Just more like a week of practice at the rate this is going.
Well, yeah. Well, I would say like just reflect on anything you felt like you played poorly during this run, even though you won, and just kind of like tighten up on it, because that's what I'm doing for my stuff.
Yeah, I gotta practice on the crash sip, Buster only. Messed that up, both seeds.
Yeah, that's not an easy one. I'll be honest with you, that's not an easy one for the Buster only. Now, the item 1 variant, it's a little bit easier, not gonna lie.
Yeah, sure. But
Yeah,
neither item once was moving, so had to be done Buster.
Yeah,
That was the thing. I spent the few days I had practicing up and learning zips, and I learned the metal zip. Only for the item 1 to not move and make me not able to do the zip.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
Ridiculous. I love that.
Yeah, the randomizer giveth and the item ones take it away depending on the C. So it just decided to take out item 1 zips on both C's this day.
Another thing that I did notice is that for Swift in particular, heat zip. Do you know how to do that one?
Teaching myself that one, but I didn't really get it down by the time this match came.
It's actually similar to the start of Goodwood, but nowhere near as hard. All you gotta do is have an item 3 there, go to the edge, and then I believe a B trigger, left B trigger, and bada bing bada boom, you're in.
Yeah, but how you approach it was actually like completely understandable. If you're not comfortable with something, especially in a race setting, just play your game.
And that is correct. Trust me. For somebody who's been trying to do Goodwood for the last year, I'm still not comfortable enough to try it in tournament. Crash, maybe. Goodwood, no, and that might cost me this season. But it is what it is.
I mean, it costed me, but hey.
Hey. So Swift. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're going here. We was both probably going to touch Swift anyway.
Alright, Swift, seeing that you have finished your match, you're going to be waiting on Air Species and Chungus. Both are very tough customers, so what's going to be going through your head while waiting for that match to go down?
Well, I've just faced Zneip, and now I'm going to, after facing, that veteran, I'm sorry about forgetting his name for a minute, but yeah, so this is just another very good player. I'm just gonna have to work better, and hopefully the randomizer doesn't take away my zips, so.
You'll get there.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, this is the way that I look at it every single time. It's like, just play your game. Don't worry about your competitor. Like, if they play better and they beat you, alright, well, I mean, that's the thing. It just is what it is. But, like, if you play your best game, you can at least come out the back end and feel good about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm still in this race, so I'm still gonna keep practicing, and hopefully I can make it through.
Indeed.
Pretty much the best spirit that any competitor can have. God, because I mean, while this is still a competition, just by the extension of the tournament alone, we're still just a bunch of people that enjoy the Mega Man 2 randomizer. We wouldn't be doing this tournament if we didn't, and that's pretty much all that matters. And I pretty much everyone in this call, player, commentator, tracker, they all agree with me on this, and that's why we do this.
Indeed. We do what you love. When you do what you love and love what you do, it can never be wrong. That's how it is. And trust me, as a person who, up until, a season ago, maybe 2 seasons ago, I was strictly a commentator, but then I started stepping up my skill and thought, I'll see what I can do. Trust me, got absolutely stomped down by Airspecies on in my very first tournament. Yeah, Airspecies decided I'm gonna give you the ooh yeah special and literally elbow drop me from the top rope. and then I had, oh boy, the rematch for last season. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, like, I mean, I've made videos about my rematch that I had, even though I lost pretty handedly, but it's okay. It's a redemption arc.
It always is the redemption arc.
But, like, honestly, like, the fact that we came together and are able to do this here on this stage and have so much fun with it, and we can make some ridiculous, like, crap that I've done with, like, the promos and everything like that. Like, it's good. I even have a fucking title. Sorry for the F-bomb, but, like...
No worries.
But
Yeah, I'm loving the promo stuff. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
With all that said and done, we still got matches to continue, and we're gonna go ahead and begin to call it right here. Swift, Zneip, if y'all have any final words, congratulations, respect to each other, shout outs, whichever you feel like you need to say before we start closing this song out, feel free to do so.
Shout out to Quantum for all the amazing music. It's so good with the variations. It's amazing.
The thing about music actually is one practice run. This is not really related to this run, but one practice run, I was playing music over the thing, and when I got to Boom Beam, I could not tell the Buster was the weakness, costing me a lot of time because I had the sound on mute.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that because the music is good.
Yes.
Lessons for later.
Yep, other than that, GG's, and I'm gonna be practicing so I can take on my next one in losers bracket.
Indeed.
GG's.
GG's to everyone.
Mm-hmm. And with that, it's time to start wrapping things up. But before we shut this thing down, once again, we'd like to thank Speedgaming and the family of channels within Twitch for once again hosting us. We do have a couple of more races that are scheduled within the next few days. We got one coming up this upcoming Friday, August 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where Giving My Dad and my co-commentator Sinister Sama will be doing their race in relative short time. And then a couple of days later, on Sunday, August 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we got Siberian Bull 9 and Charlie Boy going up into some second round race action. And after that, we still got races that still yet to be scheduled, but they will be scheduled as time continues on with the tournament. So once again, continue to check out the Speedgaming chain of channels to find out what's up on that. Also, once again, thank Duckfist for being the originator of our randomizer, and the community for stepping up when Duckfist stepped down and headed up to us. You heard Quantum being one of our main contributors toward the music, our excellent graphics team putting in all the different sprites and backgrounds. Just thanks to the Mega Man 2 randomizer community for stepping up and making the randomizer the joy that it is and that you're seeing right now. Of course, thanks to Swift and Zneip for being our research. Once again, thank you two for giving us a fantastic showing.
Yeah, thank you.
Our species, once again, being our unsung hero, being behind the tracker this day. Thank you for making a couple of our lives easier.
You know, I do what I do.
And of course, to one of my fantastic co-commentators, commentator extraordinaire who've been around multiple randos, Sinister Sama. Thank you for being on the booth once again.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So, on behalf of Speedgaming and all of its family of networks, this is everybody here in the booth telling you enjoy yourselves and have a good one, because guess what? Friday. Take care.
And
We're gonna see a match.
Indeed. Till the next time.
Peace out.